Good afternoon. Welcome to our Business Excellence Awards. At this point, I'm Claudia Cancio, by the way, Chair of ChamberSOUTH, and I'd like to recognize a few of our guests. We have Rick Morgan from Daniela Levine Cava's office. Dr. Lourdes Orosa, President from Miami-Dade College. That's the Kendall campus. Arlene Martinez from Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Publisher of Pinecrest magazine, Gail Scott. The publisher from SOMI magazine, John Edward Smith. And the publisher of Community News, Grant Miller. At this point, I'd like for the ambassadors and board members to please stand to be recognized. And the members of ChamberSOUTH Gavel Club. And the chair is Dr. John Gentile. Please stand to be recognized. I'd also like to recognize the members of the ChamberSOUTH Small Business Committee and also the Not-for-Profit Committee, co-chair Mindy Harris. She's present. And I'd like to thank the sponsors of the ChamberSOUTH Excellence Awards. The presenting sponsor is Baptist Health South Florida, Ricardo Forbes. Please stand. Thank you. The venue sponsor, Coral Gables Country Club. And the table sponsors, First National Bank of South Miami. Yay. And also Credomatic. The not-for-profit table sponsor, Fellowship House. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Master of Ceremonies, Phil Ferro. A good weather person is so much more than a conveyor of information. He should be even more than an expert meteorologist, especially living in this sunny, 1 minute stormy, the next part of the country. The best weathercaster should be an expert in the science of human emotion. And Phil Ferro, the main man at 7 News, is smooth enough to deliver even the worst weather news with a warm, agreeable tone. Born in Cuba and raised in Miami, the Emmy-nominated Ferro started predicting precipitation in Spanish on Telemundo 51. To hear him call the clouds a couple of times a night is to witness a world-class artist working his magic. Even if you're turning in to learn a devastating hurricane is on its way to your front door, if it's Phil Ferro delivering the news, things aren't so bad. Phil?
I gotta hire you as my agent. That was the best intro I've ever had. Well, thank you everyone for inviting me here today. Let me get my headlights on. A beautiful day here this afternoon as compared to a couple of years ago when we had that record-setting flood. I remember driving into the parking lot and they called me right away and you have to come into the station, and we had some areas with about 2 feet of rain, so glad we have a beautiful one this afternoon. All right, let's begin today with the theme. The theme of today is giving back. All of our honorees, both businesses as individual volunteers, have excelled in doing this, not just within the ChamberSOUTH family, but in the community we all serve. First, I would like to recognize the finalists in the ChamberSOUTH Excellent Awards for Excellence in Business. When I call your business, please send a representative to the front to be recognized, and please stay until all finalists are called for a group photo. We begin with 5801 Productions, LLC, Action Coach Team Sage, Alexander Montessori School, Avenues of Excellence, Barry University, Chapman Partnership, Fellowship House Club Fellowship, First Bank Florida, Frames USA and Art Gallery, Game Time, Ivy Accounting, Tax and Advisory, Minutemen Press, The Falls, New Leaf Chiropractic Inc., Pinecrest Magazine, South Miami-Dade Cultural Arts Center, Victoria and Associates Career Services, and Williamson Cadillac. Congratulations to all of our finalists. All right, congratulations, everyone. Now I would like to introduce the keynote speaker, Andrew Yap, President and CEO of LEASA Industries. Andrew Yap is President and CEO of LEASA Industries Company Incorporated, a family-owned and operated business in Miami, Florida. Now the company was established in 1977 and has grown to become one of the largest hydroponic growers of bean and alfalfa sprouts in the southeastern United States, and has recently diversified into the business of inventory and supply chain management for related companies. LEASA products are distributed throughout the United States, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean, and are available at more than 1,800 major supermarket chain locations, which include Publix, Winn-Dixie, Sedano's, and other retail establishments. As President and CEO, Andrew is responsible for the design and implementation of business strategies that have led to the company's penetration into new markets and continuous growth at the worldwide level. Now, Andrew has also been an instructor at Florida International University's College of Business Administration for more than 18 years and has taught courses in entrepreneurship, small business management, marketing strategy, organizational behavior, marketing research, consumer behavior, strategic management, and crisis management, among others. In addition to teaching at FIU, he has also authored more than 30 comprehensive instructor teaching supplements for marketing, management, and international business textbooks published by Prentice Hall, McGraw-Hill, and Wessex Press. Now, Andrew was inducted into FIU's Entrepreneurship Hall of Fame in 2004 and enjoys developing and teaching seminars on personal goal setting and motivation for small and mid-sized businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Mr. Andrew Yap.
With unemployment high and companies struggling these days, here's a story about a man and a company you don't hear too much. Tonight I introduce you to a South Florida business with a big heart.
My ladies!
George Yap always seems to be smiling. Maybe it's what he eats.
How often do you eat tofu?
3 times a week.
3 times?
4 times a week.
You know, it's not very often that I come to do a story and people have, food set out for me. It's pretty nice.
Yap is the founder of LEASA, a company that grows bean sprouts, then sells them as well as tofu, noodles, and vegetables. He started the Liberty City-based company in 1977.
have everything ready for soup making.
Yap says LEASA is his second chance. He lost everything when he fled Jamaica in 1976. Now he's known in the neighborhood as the man who gives second chances to people like Hasiel Gonzalez. He's served time in prison for racketeering and drug trafficking.
Nobody else gave me a chance, so I feel, grateful for LEASA.
I said to them, when I give you a job, I don't care what you did before. When you walk through my door, you're clean as a sheep. You could be a murder, bankrupt, but you walk through the door, it's clean as a sheep, so you start your life here.
Andrew Yap is George's son and the company's chief operating officer. He says they could put in automated machines to package tofu, but that would put people out of a job.
But you have to have a heart, and that's what my dad taught me. When he came up here and gave people second chances, I have to do the same thing, and that's one of the reasons why we have long-term success.
95% of the 70 employees are African American. Many, like Bernadine Ellison, a former welfare recipient, have worked for the company for years.
I like this place, and I love George Yap.
So maybe it's not what he's eating, but what he's doing for others that puts a smile on George Yap's face.
And last year, the company had a record sales, so it's nice to see good things happening to a company doing good things.
And the tofu was really good?
It was, yes, and the way he prepared it, very good.
All right, next time bring me a little bit.
I will.
I like that stuff.
All right, well, give him a hand. That's the guy right there. I just want to say, thank you for, having me give you a little talk here with regard to the honorees and ChamberSOUTH. Really do appreciate it. We wanted to show you that particular video of the company because the company actually was started by my parents, George Yap. George Yap, here you go, right there. And my mom, Inez Yap, unfortunately, she passed away in 2005. But I put a little short presentation here together because today we're talking about, of course, corporate citizenship, volunteerism. You saw the video in terms of the news interview with regard to LEASA Industries, the type of people that we hire and that we, that we do. Actually, in 1977, the company was founded by my father and my mother. All right, we were born in Jamaica. And in 1972, my dad and my mom sent my brother and myself, who was like 10 years old and 6 years old, to live in Florida, in Miami, while they're trying to escape political and economic freedom, or try to get to political and economic freedom here in the United States, while Jamaica was turning into a socialist country. In 1977, when they finally got to Miami, they purchased a company that was growing bean sprouts. This is how the company started. In the first year, my dad and the company lost $50,000 on $5,000 of sales. If you do the math, you understand that that means you are at minus $45,000. You don't have anything to your name, and that means that you're $45,000 less than nothing, right? And it's an incredible journey because from where we started with really nothing to come into where we are today, 37 years later, is just amazing. And I just want to take a couple minutes to take you through that path to where we started, 1977, to where we are today, granted record sales, 70 employees, and just talking about giving back to the community, right? The people that we hire, click, I don't have a clicker, but click, right? The people that we hire, 70 employees, click, 95% of them are African American. They're welfare recipients. They reside in the inner cities. We do have some ex-felons who have served time in the penitentiary, unfortunately, but we do believe in second chances. One of the things that we learn about individuals that have economically and socially disadvantaged or challenged backgrounds is that if you give them a second chance, they will turn out to be some of the best employees that you can ever have on your team, right? And employees are what holds a company together. Granted, I'm the president, CEO, but I can't do it alone, right? And anybody in here, you run a company, you own a company, you know you can't do it alone either, so you have to trust your people, right?
The vision of our company, right? As you can see, the vision is really to provide, of course, we're looking for profitability, but providing our customers with the finest natural products and customer-centric, focusing on the customer solutions while focusing on social responsibility. You can never, ever forget about giving back. Right? If you had economics somewhere in high school or even college, there was a guy named Milton Friedman. He believed in managerial capitalism, where he said the only purpose of an organization is pure profitability, and that's not the truth. The truth is social responsibility, and everybody in here right now, of course, focuses on that. You are giving back to the community through volunteerism, through corporate citizenship as well. Right? Customer base, and you heard it in the bio. Yes, we do sell to Publix, Winn-Dixie, Cisco. We're very fortunate through diversification. We've been able to sustain some of the toughest economic turning points out there, right? And just continue to move forward. So some of the things that we're going to say that I'm going to mention to you is that companies, if you are a new company, congratulations. If you've been in business for 37 years, congratulations. If you have 1 employee, congratulations. If you have 3,000 employees, congratulations. Right? But we have one core focus, and the core focus is making sure that people who are less fortunate than ourselves are also, also in good standing. Right, that they also have second chances, right? So, next one. Right? So, there's our product line. Top right is the bean sprouts that we produce. Employees are packaging it. Bottom left is hydroponic bean sprouts. And of course, bottom right is where we do the alfalfa sprouts, right? When we looked at our company, when my dad started the business and we were talking to some of the folks out there, somebody asked him, what was your inspiration to start the business? Right? And as an entrepreneur with nothing, what do you think your purpose would be? What do you think your inspiration would be? Bottom line, it would be survival. How do you survive? How do you pay your bills? Right? If you've never read this book called Good to Great by Jim Collins, make sure you get a copy of it, or rent it, or somehow read it, right? Because Jim Collins talks about the hedgehog concept. He talks about 3 philosophies or 3 items you just need to focus on. One of them is, what are you passionate about? We were very blessed. I'm very blessed that my dad was able to be passionate about survival. He was able to get a business opportunity with bean sprouts. He knew nothing about bean sprouts, but ultimately he kept on trying. But he was passionate about living, right? What can you be best at in the world, and what drives your economic engine? What makes you money? If you put those 3 things together, that's going to be success for you. All right? Click. All right? You also have to figure out, what is it that motivates you? This is a little pyramid about motivation. Right? The bottom needs are basic needs. Physiological, the need to survive, and the need for safety. Right? When you're going through good times and also not so good times, you got to figure out, what is it that's going to keep you going? What is it that's going to keep your employees going? Right? During the times of, hey, you know what, today, yes, we're making great things and we're doing very well, but it was not always like that. Right? The pathway to where we were going started in our part where we expanded our business. Right? In 2004, next slide, right? In 2004, we said, okay, things are good, we have to grow. Our customers are wanting more product. We need to expand. Now, if you are in a business and you're ready to expand, make sure that you think real carefully about all the costs that are involved. We expanded 36,000 square feet. We increased our capacity by 50%. We have our capabilities that expanded to 60,000 pounds of bean sprouts per week and about 20,000 pounds of alfalfa sprouts per week, right? So we needed the expansion. Right? What we see and what we have to, I put in here a little slide. When you expand, that's great, but beware of added fixed costs. Beware of added fixed costs like property taxes, because in 2004, when we expanded, we used to lease a building, but when we expanded, we had to pay a mortgage. When you pay a mortgage, you have to pay property taxes. There was a $90,000 property tax bill that comes to us every single year, right? And that does not go away, all right? And the reason why you have to beware of all these fixed costs is because, as I mentioned in the bottom here, is that, right? Is that why? Because they don't go away. And what I just have to tell you is that be careful when you are expanding. Be careful when you think things are going really, really good. You know, you have to make sure that you're planning properly. You have to make sure that you are just focusing and just making sure that your company is able to be sustained. Right? There's a little concept that's called breakthrough. Right? If you've never seen this particular chart, what I want you to do is to think about it. Right? This comes from Good to Great as well. Right? If you look at breakthrough, there are two lines that are on this slide. The blue line talks about regular businesses, and the orange line talks about breakthrough companies. How do companies go from being good to great? Measure your companies on this particular chart. Right? In 2004, we were ready to expand. Right? We were doing well. Right? Click. Right? We were doing well. Multi-million-dollar facility expansion. Hiring people, had goals which were awesome. The goals that you're asked to do here were really, really good. Right? In 2004, that was great. In 2005 to 2009, guess what? There were industry challenges, economic challenges. In 2005, one of our largest customers filed for Chapter 11. Actually, two of them filed for Chapter 11. And do you think that's scary? That's crazy. Right? But I tell you what, there's something that I have to continue to learn from my father, and that's continuing to be optimistic. Right? When you look at the transition point from 2005 to 2009, there is a huge dip, right? And we call this the transition point. It is the point at which, I don't know, it's kind of like you feel like it's the worst point in your life, right? You feel like there's no hope. But you got to realize, of course, that we have to hold on, right? And so the next bullet point here just talks about going from 2009 to the present. We went from good to okay to surviving through the economic times to actually what they call breaking through, right? And each one of the individuals here, you know, when you're looking at your companies, I commend you for, you know, for doing what you do. I commend you for your corporate citizenship, your volunteerism, the people you hire. I mean, it's just awesome, right? And I want you to just take a look at this slide and just realize that, of course, that your employees and your team members are the people who are, you know, who make up your company, right? You know, and of course, they'll never ever forget you for that, right? When we're looking at what we do, and we're looking at how do we survive and how do we get better, today is 2015, right? People will say that, hey, we just came out of a recession. What do we do next? Today we're sustained. Do we grow some more, or do we hold on to what we have? Well, you have to figure out, of course, you have to have disciplined people. You have to have disciplined thought. You have to make sure that you can persevere and hold on. And always make sure, of course, that you're able to have disciplined action and always continue to try and give back, right? You know, when we look at just continuing to be able to be sustained and giving back, that's one of the best feelings, you know, that we can have, right? And in this particular last slide, there is a quote, and many of you may have heard it. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. And this quote came from who? Right? A guy named Thomas Edison. Okay? So really, I just wanted to take this time to just say congratulations to everyone. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. Grow as much as you can, but make sure that you're focusing on making sure that you can hold on. Hold on, put yourself on the chart, and know where you're going at all times. Okay, so that's all I have. I thank you very much for giving me this couple minutes here. All right? And again, congratulations to everybody.
Thank you. Please stay with us for a moment.
All right, well, thank you very much, Andrew Yap, and please accept this token of our appreciation for everything that you have done in our community. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Not my son!
Now that's a proud dad right there. All right, so now we are going to introduce John Edward Smith, publisher of SOMI magazine. Now, yes, presenting the Volunteer Appreciation Awards again for the 4th year is someone who is a very familiar face in the greater South Miami area, obviously that being John Edward Smith. He is principal of John Edward Smith Communications, an image marketing and business development consulting firm established in 1982 with over 30 years of providing professional services to organizations, businesses, and individuals. 10 years ago this October, he started the South Miami Town Center magazine, which today goes by the name SOMI magazine. And I understand, by the way, that the new April-May issue is hot off the press and is available as you leave the luncheon today. Pick up a copy. So no stranger to community service, having moved from New York City in 1967, he became actively involved with many cultural, civic, and community organizations. He was selected for the inaugural class of leadership in Miami in 1979 and has served on several community boards, Catholic Charities, the Miami Chamber Symphony, Miami-Dade County Sister Cities Program, Informed Families, and in a leadership role with Switchboard of Miami and Bike Miami. He has also chaired numerous committees for the city of South Miami, where he has lived for 4 decades. John Edward received his baccalaureate degree in business administration from Morris College and his graduate degree from the University of Notre Dame. He is a trustee member of ChamberSOUTH and serves as vice chair on the executive committee on the board of directors. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Edward Smith.
Well, good afternoon to you all. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to call out and recognize those volunteers who are contributing to building up community through their service. As I have for the past 3 years, I've selected a quote to capture the moment. As a freshman in college, we had the Brothers Karamazov book assignment. Well, actually 12 books in one, plus an epilogue of some 900 pages. How many of you have picked up the Brothers Karamazov? Anybody? No. You know, I was looking through some old boxes to see if I had that book, but the only book that was about the same size as the Bible. I'm no speed reader, and tackling this assignment was a work unto itself. Dostoevsky's masterpiece was first published as a series in The Russian Messenger in the 1880s. The Brothers Karamazov is a philosophical novel set in 19th century Russia that enters deeply into the ethical debates of God, free will, and morality. And from those 900 pages, I've selected a quote for today's presentation. The mystery of human existence lies not just in staying alive, but in finding something to live for. And permit me now to introduce the Volunteer Appreciation Awards for this year. We have 14 individuals who have been singled out by an organization or business. As I call your name, please make your way to the stage as I read the narrative from the nomination, and you'll come up with a representative from the presenting organization. And then if you would please stay up here as we go through all of our nominees. From branches in South Miami, we recognize Pete Rodriguez. Pete has been a dedicated volunteer for over 6 years. He has worked with both elementary and youth students, in addition to one-on-one SAT and ACT tutoring that led to significant student improvement. Mr. Pete has taken some time during the summers to provide transportation for students in need and more. Pete, congratulations. And you all going to stay up here, right? Secondly, we have Chelsea Williams and Shadra Harris from the Homestead Job Corps Center. The organizations which they serve, Shadiha, excuse me. The Indy Murado Firefighters Cancer Foundation, the Town of Cutler Bay, Communities for a Lifetime Committee, American Cancer Society, Relay for Life, JMT creates fundraising events. The Homestead Job Corps Center students are being recognized for completed 5 community service projects in 6 months. Of all of the Homestead Job Corps Center students, they were the most outstanding for their volunteer time to the community. Sponsoring these 2 students to do this, ChamberSOUTH Recognition Luncheon are the Homestead Job Corps Community Relations Council members, Jean Tong Nun and Joanne Pons, both actively involved with the Homestead Job Corps Center. And thank you. The next award is presented to Kim Foster and is presented by Mayor Cindy Lerner of the Village of Pinecrest. Representing Mayor Lerner are Diane Reeves Tejeda of AXA Business and the village manager Jocelyn Jolino Gomez. Galeano Gomez. The 5 public schools in Pinecrest and the Palmetto Senior High School Alumni Association are organizations that Kim has worked for. Kim has donated hundreds of hours and a tremendous talent as a graphic designer for each of the past 3 years in providing all graphic art and design for the banner, flyers, forms, and programs for the Fashion in the Gardens fundraiser and for this year's Alumni Association fundraiser. Congratulations, Kim. Community Health of South Florida and Colonel Broads heartily recognizes Abraham Lebe. Serving the Community Health of South Florida, the South Florida Boys Choir, local Rotary, and other organizations. Abraham Lebe has selfishly devoted himself to more than 15 years of volunteerism, advocacy, and philanthropy to positively improve the lives of those in South Florida. He helped raise $1 million to benefit Miami-Dade organizations, including scholarship money, the Boys Girls Choir, and a new CHI Children's Crisis Center. Congratulations, Abraham. And Freddie Ambrose of Thinking of You Services recognizes Carmen Lane Powers, and escorting Carmen to the stage will be Chamber President Mary Scott Russell. Carmen Lane Powers has supported Thinking of You Services for a number of years. She has helped us make valuable networking connections, given monetary and in-kind donations, and located deployed servicemen and women to whom we mail packages. She also volunteers at several of our events, and we appreciate her efforts. Thank you, Carmen. The Miami Dolphins organization represents two individuals, both of whom are not with us today. They recognize Jeff Selkowitz and Melvin Robinson, and recognizing them from the Miami Dolphins is Christian Seitlin. That's close? All right. Sitting. All right. With Jeff, I appreciate the spirit of volunteerism, and not motivated by awards, but he's a committed volunteer to our programs that mentor our youth. He sincerely puts his time and recognizes him for his commitment for empowering the youth of South Florida. The other nominee from the Miami Dolphins is Melvin Robinson, and he's a Miami native, although he currently is living in Hanover, Maryland. Was honored as Volunteer of the Year. He returns home most weekends from government position in Washington, D.C. to serve his home community through the Miami Dolphins Special Teams program. And thank you, gentlemen. The next nominee couldn't be with us today because she's busy preparing for an event at the Tropical Audubon Society this evening, and that person is Elizabeth Smith. And accepting on behalf of Elizabeth Smith will be our Chairman-President, Mary Scott Russell, and we'll be joining Tropical Audubon next Thursday, April 16th, for the Earth Day month celebration after hours at Tropical Audubon, where we will present her award at that time. So that's an invitation for you all to go to Tropical Audubon next Thursday, the 16th. Next will be from First National Bank of South Miami, recognizing Barry Givner. Barry has been an important contributor to this community. He has been a member of the Estate Planning Council of Greater Miami for over 25 years and is currently serving in his capacity as president. As such, he guides the membership through its monthly estate planning workshops and dinner meetings for professionals practicing in the field of estate planning. In addition to providing continuing education credits and networking opportunities for all of the estate planning disciplines, he also participates in both the ChamberSOUTH and South Miami Rotary Art Festivals, as well as the ChamberSOUTH Business Expo. And we thank Barry for his commitment on behalf of the bank in service to the community. Thank you. Kendall Regional Medical Center recognizes Violet Durand. Violet is a longtime volunteer that's always willing to go above and beyond in helping with our patients and visitors to the hospital. She volunteers at our registration department at the front desk and greets everyone with a wonderful smile and positive attitude. She speaks multiple languages, so she assists in helping translate for patients and visitors. We are so thankful to have Violet as part of our volunteer team here at Kendall Regional, giving of her time and talents. Thank you, Violet. And Nikki Spitzer of Nikki's Place at Salon Trio recognizes Jennifer Diego. The organizations and community that she has served are the Girl Scout Troops, Coral Reef Senior High School, Ammons Middle School, Southridge Senior High School, Christ Fellowship, and Jamaica Mission Trip. Jennifer has led many leadership charities since a young girl. She has raised thousands of dollars for scholarships, feeding and housing the homeless. Jennifer has mentored teen girls for years in prayer and life skills. She has led 3 missions to Jamaica, even contracting dengue fever on one of them. Thank you, Jennifer. That's for your service, not for contracting dengue fever. Baptist Health South Florida recognizes Louise Sesson. Louise began volunteering at Baptist Hospital September 1998 and currently has a total of 19,319 volunteer hours. This is equivalent of working full-time with a tenure of 9 years of service. Louise is an active auxiliary board member and chairs Knitters and Babies Bracelet Committees. Currently, she has 28 active knitters, providing baby hats free of charge to all newborns. The Baby Bracelet program generates $800 to $900 a month, with proceeds to support the Critical Care Family Reception Area Renovation Project. We are extremely fortunate to have such a dedicated volunteer. Louise said, "I love what I do and the wonderful people I work with." She has a great pride in knowing what she does makes a difference in the lives of others. Thank you, Louise. And our last volunteer to be recognized, and this is why I had Louise go first with 19,000 hours, and our last nominee, a 7th grader. So she's got many, many years of good service ahead of her. And Fellowship House recognizes Karina Duckrey. Karina is a 7th grader at Lamar Louise Curry Middle School. She did service projects to benefit members of Fellowship House. She has also done projects to benefit the American Cancer Society and to clean up local parks. Karina's commitment to bettering her community makes our volunteer champion. And with that, folks, are the nominees for the 2015 Volunteer Appreciation Awards. And the mystery of human existence lies not just in staying alive, but in finding something to live for. Congratulations.
Ask them all to face the stage for a moment so we get a group photo.
If you all could turn around and face the stage, and we're going to have a group photo with a wide-angle lens. A very wide lens. 2 rows, please. 2 rows. Okay, thanks.
And how about a nice round of applause for everyone here who deserves it so much. And also a very special thank to our volunteer awards presenter, John Edward Smith. Please accept this token of our appreciation.
This is for you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, now it is time to introduce our ChamberSOUTH president, Mary Scott Russell. I guess you will be doing the presentation of stars. So, Mary, if you are here. Mary's right here.
Right here with you.
Thank you, Mary. It's all yours.
Thank you very much.
Take this one.
You got your copy? Thanks, Suzette.
So special privilege that I have to recognize those people who chaired a committee for ChamberSOUTH in the past year. And it's sort of a surprise for those of you who are in the room with us, but we want to say thank you. And before I do that, one last shout out to the Gavel Club. They are our former ChamberSOUTH chairman who make this event happen in great style every year. Dr. John Gentile, members of the Gavel Club, would you all please stand one more time and be recognized? Thank you so much. They are scattered about the room, and we are grateful for all that they continue to do for ChamberSOUTH. So, as I call your name, please come forward. Lisette will be handing you a star. The first one is Rose Hedgemond, who chaired our ambassador committee last year. Rose, would you please come forward? Next is Allison Polk and Michael Schwartz. Michael couldn't be here today, but Allison Polk will accept on his behalf the Chamber Next Star for her leadership of our Young Professionals Committee. Cheryl Miller couldn't be here, but she chaired the Wellness Committee for us last year. Diane Everett is not here. I'll ask Veronica Flores to come accept a star on behalf of Diane Everett of First National Bank, who worked so diligently with the Small Business Committee last year. Claudia Cancio, who chaired the Trustee Committee last year. Marcia Tejeda's in Tallahassee. She's of Baptist Health, one of our sponsors today. Arlene Martinez is in the room, and she and Marcia co-chaired the Education Business Coalition last year. So if I could ask Arlene to come up. And my dear friend, Marta Sanchez from Fellowship House of the Not-for-Profit Committee. Marta, thank you for your service. No recognition of unsung heroes would be complete without recognizing my team. So Aurelis Ferro, you're a star. Lisette Menchia, you're a star. Rose, you get 2 stars today. Thank you for all that you guys do. You are amazing. Thank you so much, and thank you for allowing me this time.
And about a nice round of applause for Mary Scott Russell as well. Who's right here? Thank you very much. All right, so now we would like to recognize the winners in each of the categories of the ChamberSOUTH Excellence Awards for Excellence in Business. When the winners are announced, please send a representative to the front to be recognized, and please stay until all finalists are called for a group photo. Startup Business Award. Now, the Startup Business Award is presented to a business who has demonstrated excellence even though they have only operated for 2 years or less. Our winners started with just $500, but they forced themselves out of their comfort zones. As a result, they have grown to be well regarded in the community and have the clear vision to take the company to the next level, and that is 5801 Productions. The Green Business Award is presented to a business who has demonstrated excellence in sustainable business practices. Our winner demonstrates leadership through leading by example. Not only do they maintain a green office standards of practice, but they also ensure that their processes, resources, and materials are environmentally responsible. And that is Minutemen Press from the Falls. The Not-for-Profit Award honors an organization that has gone above and beyond in serving our community. In addition to the excellent work of our winner does on its own, they partner with various community organizations and for-profit businesses to help impact the lives of more than 22,000 people since opening in 1998. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Chapman Partnership. Now, they are not here this afternoon, but they still deserve that good round of applause. The Minority Business Award recognizes a business with the ability to excel and overcome socioeconomic challenges. Our winner stays competitive in a very technological age, holding themselves to a high standard of quality. They go beyond what is expected of their industry and place a personal and professional touch on everything they do, including their community service. Ladies and gentlemen, Victoria and Associates Career Services. We move on now to the High Growth Award, and that's for small businesses between 1 and 24 employees. The High Growth Award recognizes businesses that have experienced growth in programming, resources, talent, or a combination of these in order to continue achieving excellence. The winner of the High Growth Award for Small Business initially faced resistance from potential clients, but they delved in headfirst and have established themselves as leaders in their industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winner, Action Coach Team Sage. Now we move on to the High Growth Award, and that's for large businesses with 25 employees or more. The winner of the High Growth Award for large business has leveraged new technology and relationships along with providing their team members with opportunities for personal growth in order to expand their business. ChamberSOUTH looks forward to the grand reopening of their South Miami location. Ladies and gentlemen, game time. Now, I would like to invite Ricardo Forbes, past chairman of ChamberSOUTH, as well as corporate vice president and chief diversity officer of this afternoon's title sponsor, Baptist Health South Florida, to present our Business Champion Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Forbes. Absolutely. All right, so Mr. Ricardo Forbes, Business Champion Award. The Business Champion Award goes to the company that excels in overall business achievement, corporate citizenship, customer service, and workplace environment. Our winner has been a trusted business leader for just over 2 decades, receiving the Small Business Award from Angie's List in 2013. In the last 8 years, their donations have helped local charities raise over $150,000. Our winner is a wonderful place to work and always provides customers service with a smile. Frames USA? And I should actually mention the winner, and that's Frames USA and Art Gallery. All right, everyone, a special thank you to the sponsors that have made this event possible. Of course, we couldn't have done any of this without you. Baptist Health South Florida, Coral Gables Country Club, First National Bank of South Miami, Chromatic of Florida, Fellowship House. A special thanks to our ChamberSOUTH paparazzi, Karen and Ed of All Start Event Photography. Check online, by the way, to see the photos of today and all ChamberSOUTH events. And to Edward Catalan of Bridge Event Productions for the amazing AVV setup, and to Rich Diaz of the Bud Stop for our beautiful centerpieces, and to Andrew Shear of 5801 Productions, the winner of this year's Startup Business Award, for capturing this event on video. Be sure to visit the ChamberSOUTH YouTube channel for this and all of our videos. Thanks, everyone.
And a very special thank you to our Masters of Ceremonies, Phil Ferro. Please accept this as a token of appreciation. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you very much for attending.
That concludes our program.
And that concludes our program. Have a great day.